Welcome back, nerds. We're going straight into game 4 here. Rhett versus Alicia. That last game ended pretty abruptly, Wolf.
Yeah, it did. It was kind of crazy. Basically, he went for one big attack. He had to, all sorts of crazy things happened from the cannon rush to the double hatchery kill, defending his lair, his fast and faster tech. Everything was a little bit weird in that game, and Rhett just couldn't take it anymore. Had to go for that big
Yeah.
to push. Didn't work out.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into this match on MLG Daybreak. Up here in the top right, it will be Liquid Rhett as the red Zerg. Down here in the bottom left, it will be Alicia as the blue Protoss. Wolf, what is it about this map that every ZVP I have ever seen is always the same when it comes to the opening?
Well, the third base is just, it's not really exposed compared to, for example, Metropolis, but it's exposed enough to where there are several different pilot locations that allow you to warp in. Basically, it's like, well, the third base is medium easy to take. Like, that's how I feel. It's kind of, it's not the easiest third base to take, but it's not like in a super exposed one. So either one of two things happen. The Protoss doesn't attack to try to pressure it because you can do that, or they try to fake an attack and take their own third because they can defend their third decently well also. So it does kind of lend itself to be a very, I don't know, similar game to all the games we've ever seen on this map. I mean, that's a good way to put it. I mean, it usually is a pretty similar build.
I think statistically, Zergs win on this map. Am I correct in saying that?
I think it's, yeah, just slightly favored for Zerg, but, you know, this is, in my opinion, the most balanced map in all tournament pools.
It really is a great map, and I feel like it is because of the reasons you just stated, not because it's because you can't cheese on this map. You can try to cheese, but the chances of it succeeding are very, very low compared to just if you play a straight up macro game. You're gonna fare much better than your opponent if he is a lesser macro player.
Yeah, you're right.
It's really a test of skill. One of the few tests, I think, when it comes to maps.
Yeah, I feel like this map, you're right, you can't really cheese on this map, but you can do all-ins. You can do two base all-ins, you can do one base all-ins still on this map. It's just a lot harder to pull them off. But the thing is, like, it's not like Atlantis Spaceship, for example, or Calm Before the Storm, where it's like, well, here's a macro map, you can only macro here. There's still a lot of different dynamics of play that are allowed, and that's what makes it so great. Rhett is going to go ahead and take his third hatchery before his natural because he's Rhett, and he will not accept anything less than 3 hatcheries. Even if there are cannons, he will eventually get that third hatchery up.
Alicia is not even going to stick around to say hi to the Lings. He's just going to get out of town. Doesn't want to meet them. Looks like he might meet one of them here at the Zelnaga Tower. We see Rhett actually checking for cannons over at the third. Smart play. And now at the natural, his third hatchery has started. Probably could have just skipped to this portion of the game because this is exactly what me, Wolf, and everyone else expected to see.
Yep. As a caster, man, I can't tell you how many times I have talked about what has happened and unfolded in front of us, but that is the joy of a game where optimal strategies are found and used repeatedly.
Yeah. Well, there's always the possibility that Rhett could just go ultras, guys, and lose the game. So let's see if that happens.
Maybe.
You know, you never know. You might be feeling a little bit daring this game. It's only $500 up for grabs, not that much.
If ever I am behind in a PvZ and my opponent goes ultras, first of all, I freak out a lot because I'm like, oh, he's gone ultras. But then secondly, I feel really good inside knowing that even though I was way behind and he thought ultras were the answer, I probably win that game still somehow.
Yeah. The Ultralisk. The poor, sad unit of the Zerg army.
Well, I heard that they may actually have this crazy underground charge technique upgraded in the next game. So.
Well, they had that at BlizzCon. We'll see if they have that when we're all able to play it actually at MLG Anaheim coming up next weekend. Except for you, Wolf, because you're not going to be there because you're not a cool person. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out there.
I wanted to be there. I had a scheduling conflict. I actually told so many people I would be there. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. I cannot make it. I tried to actually solve all the world's problems and like turn everything inside out in order to make myself able to go, but I couldn't. I couldn't go, so I'll see you guys at another MLG, but cannot make this one, which is so sad because there's so many awesome things going on in Anaheim.
It is going to be. I mean, we got a memo sent inside the company. Hey guys, MLG Anaheim's going to be really awesome. Don't tell anyone about it, but it's going to be the biggest esports tournament to ever happen. So everyone said that, but we couldn't say why. And now to hear people like EG Hydra and Control say it on some of their shows, it's going to be an awesome event, guys. I really, really cannot stress that enough. If you are in the area, please go purchase the Spectator Pass. You can find them online, MajorLeagueGaming.com. And now,
if there are any left.
If there are any left. But I just got handed a little packet of money. I've done my corporate shilling for this. Let's go back to the match, Wolf.
Well, we see Lair coming out, Evolution Chamber, Roach War, and everything in a normal timing for Rhett. Meanwhile, Alicia has gotten a very fast robotics facility before adding his 4 gates. This gives him several different options. The first and most important thing that comes with this is Fast Observer, which will allow him to go and see what Rhett is up to right away. He's going to see, oh, okay, it's daybreak. I don't know why I went to scout anyways. Like, you're going roaches and getting the lair. You're probably starting +1. You're going to get burrow as soon as the hatch finishes as well. He's going to be like, why did I get this observer after all? Well, at least now I know you're not doing something crazy.
He's not going ultras, guys. He's about to figure that out.
He's not doing that. I mean, I guess he could, but with +1 melee, Rhett may have forgotten that's not for ultras. I don't know. We see something crazy now, though. Alicia is taking the 3rd base, just kind of like, he's just doing it. He's like, well, I'm doing this. I have no fake attack coming. I don't even have that many sentries yet. I'm warping them in now. So this is pretty risky for Alicia, but it may pay off.
And it is now scouted by this Ling. And with that, let's see if he responds. He's got speedlings, or no, he does not have speedlings now that I actually look at the Lings. But he's got Lings out on the map regardless. And at the moment, Alicia could deal with it, but let's see how well he deals with it here. Will he be able to get this wall off? He's going to try.
Yeah, I think he will be able to get it off in time. I mean, he has force fields to buy him a little bit more time, but he just has so much money banked up he can afford to add the gates now. He's kind of baiting an attack from Rhett a little bit, I feel, with how riskily he's done this, but he's got now the sentries build up, and with that faster robo that we talked about earlier, he's going to be able to get immortals out to hold this as well, making 2 photon cannons. The bigger problem for him is, can he deal with the split? Will Rhett split really well and send some roaches to one side? Can he deal with that? That's going to be the biggest challenge for him.
This split is actually, well, that's really awkward to see the Overseer right next to the Observer, but ooh, we see Alicia slowly poking out, getting a couple of roaches. But the split on this map, in this matchup, I feel like is what every Zerg is really starting to do on Daybreak. Thinking back to, yet again, another MLG event, the Spring Arena #2, when Violet opened up, actually, against Alicia, this is exactly what he did. He did a 2-pronged attack, pure roaches over at the 3rd, Roach Ling over at the natural, and try to get the Lings into the main base. Let's see how well it works out for Rhett.
Oh, some great force fields here. Alicia looking strong against this so far. I mean, even though his supply is 193 to 110, and Rhett is one of the fastest players to max out ever at 11 minutes and 40 seconds basically here. If he continues this attack, he's going to have the max in the wrong units with Alicia continuing to hold. I don't know if he's going to hold here, though. These pylons are going to have to be canceled potentially at the 3rd base, and Rhett's now going into the natural, and I think this attack is going to work. Alicia does not quite have enough in any location. He's sending all of his units one way or another rather than splitting them, and as a result, Rhett is going to kill this 3rd base, I feel. He's not targeting it, though, and he may be able to save it.
Well, there are a lot of immortals in that little army, but Rhett is relentless here. 95 to the 170 of Rhett, +2 still halfway. Now the Nexus is going to be focused down over here at the 3rd. But this is what Alicia actually lost to against Violet in the opening round of the Spring Arena #2. Is it that hard to deal with, Wolf, or is Alicia doing something crucially wrong?
You know, he with Rhett having that faster max I was talking about earlier, he will hold that thought as we're going to have another engagement here. He's actually getting flanked by these roaches. I mean, Rhett is showing us what I was about to describe. It's just that he has so many units, it's hard to split into two groups, because if you do, you're afraid that one group will be killed on one side, and the other group will be killed on the other, and you'll be like, well, instead of splitting into two groups and holding both sides, I split into two groups and lose both sides. It's a scary thing to do, but I feel like Alicia had just enough Immortals, just enough Stalkers where he could have defended both sides, but he didn't. Now he is about 80 supply down, and he has a ton of resources banked up. He's trying to get a robotic support bay. He's trying to hang in there right now, but he's lost a lot of production. He's lost a crucial amount of economy, and Rhett is just going to continue to hold him back here.
Rhett is starting to slowly push in, but I don't think he wants to commit to this. He's got a Spire coming up. He's got 2 more bases started, one over at the 5 and then one in the center. Takes out the Cybernetics core. That's going to be pretty huge. We're not going to see any Stalkers out of Alicia here, nor any more upgrades, but already at +2, and those Immortals deal 60 versus the Roaches, which is quite staggering, regardless of how many you have here. And will Rhett decide to fall back here? I think he's going to, as he's really droning a lot with his larva right now.
Yeah, he's making 12 drones, getting a Spire right now. His transition with the Spire has 2 different options. Obviously, one is to just go for mutas, since his opponent's Cybernetics core was killed, his Stalker count's going to be lowered. And if he tries to secure a 30, he's going to be really split out. The other one is just to get Corruptors out to deal with the Colossus transition that he expects. And there are already Colossi being chrono boosted out for Alicia. Alicia is in a basically unwinnable position from here. Rhett's got him in checkpoint, mate. He can't move out one way or another. He can never take a third base. Rhett's continuing to tech towards the hive. And Alicia is just not giving up here. I think he wants to tire Rhett out, because right now Alicia's 1 win away from taking the entire series, and if he has to play the 5th and final set, he wants Rhett to be as tired and as frustrated as possible.
Yeah. We'll see. What is the crucial Colossus count going to be 3 for him to move out? Is that what Alicia is waiting on?
It looks like he wants to wait for 3, yeah. I mean, with what he's doing here with his range timing, he may go with 2 and rally the 3rd one, but with all these roaches here, even with Colossi, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be comfortable for him to go. He's actually going to have to go so carefully and so slowly. Look at the bank for Rhett. He's got so much of it. You guys just force a trade here.
He's also got some mutas about to run into the main base. Looks like he wants to cripple the economy even more here, as all of those probes had to be pulled there. The Colossus were charging ahead and realized, oh yeah, we can't actually attack those units. Decided to fall back here. And he pushes those out, but meanwhile the Roaches are awkwardly over at the 3rd. Should be in the natural here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's just looking tragically bad for Alicia. He does hold the mutas in his main. The worker count is now 74 to 50. So even though he lost some probes there, not too many. Like, in total, 22 workers have been killed this game, but he's got full saturation for the bases that he has. He's almost mined out at his natural. Only 400 minerals left in each patch, so he desperately needs a 3rd, or he needs to win this game, because he's going to run out of money.
Yeah.
Greater Spire is going up for Rhett, man.
Exactly.
This is Alicia, like I said, trying to tire Rhett out here because he knows he has no chance of victory.
3rd base going down for Alicia. We'll see if Rhett, once scouted, lets that stay up any longer.
Yeah, if he sees it, yeah, there's no way.
He's going with his roaches. Even sacrifice them. Hell, at this point he's got, well, he did have a huge amount of units, but, oh, well, I mean, if there's one way to embarrass your opponent, you can go up to 213 supply. Breaking the game here with the supply count. If you guys are wondering how he did that, he created a ton of spore crawlers and then cancels them. Or sorry, spine crawlers or spore crawlers, doesn't really matter. And then cancels them at the last second after creating the units.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly how he does it. You know what's interesting is most people do this with spine crawlers, but spore crawlers cost less money. So it's actually better to do it with those. That's something a lot of people don't know. A little tip for you guys out there. You know, for all the times that you've been playing on the ladder and you actually want to go over 200 supply, just think about that.
Just think about that. Now, where are the Corruptors over here in the main force? Has a total of 9 out. Mutas are going in. and not really having that much success. Red sees the third. Alicia's got a pretty big death ball now. He's up to 180 supply.
This is the scary part of playing passively against Protoss.
Yeah.
If they get that maxed out army, they can still win the game if they win one fight. But will he be able to win a fight against this over 200 supply army? Infestors coming in, dropping the fungals. The Corruptor is trying to close the distance here. And in fact, Alicia taking a supply lead here right now. Well, it looks like the Infested Terrans are going to clean up most of these Stalkers, and the bank for Rhett is incredible. He hasn't started it yet, but he has 55 larvae he can use on whatever he wants, and the answer is 35 roaches.
Yeah. That's one of, you know, when you're able to do the keystroke for that in a game like this, that's got to feel pretty good, man.
Yeah, it does. Ooh, he's going to catch these Infestors, though. Still, man, with the Broodlords coming out and that many roaches, I don't think he's going to be able to push this much further.
Well, let's see here. He's got to get past these Spinecrawlers first. Here come a lot of the roaches, so he's going to push up right next to this army. Bunch of lings right behind that as well. 2-2 roaches against these +3 round units of Alicia. I think that may be too much to deal with. Sure, he's got 3 bases, but Rhett has got 5. He's got a huge supply lead here, 183 to 82. Alicia should just be GGing out of this game pretty soon. I mean, he actually can't hold this. I'm not sure why he's impressing us all with his blink skills on these 4 or 5 stalkers here over at the natural. But good game. We're going to that all-important game 5 as Rhett played like Rhett does right there, guys. That wasn't anything extraordinary. It was just Rhett playing very solid, very macro-oriented there on Daybreak.
Yeah, taking a huge lead early on with his very quick max, Alicia not being able to spread, not being able to deal with it, taking a risky third base against Rhett and just not being able to hold his pressure. Rhett knows how to find weak points and attack them. Even though he's a really passive defensive guy normally in these games, he knows where to find a hole in the wall and jump through it.
Yeah. Well, we will be back, guys, right after this commercial for Game 5 as we head into Shakura's Plateau. Do not go anywhere. Rhett versus Alicia is going to be finished in just a couple of minutes. Who's going to take home the $500 and the prestige here for the MLG Prizefights presented by BIC Flex4 Razors? We'll find out right after this break.